Howdy folks, it's Captain Dan here. Welcome to Story Time with Captain Dan, a time to share tales new and old to young and old. Please do keep sending in your ideas for stories or send in some storybooks if you'd like them to be read, and any shout outs to anybody who'd like to hear a good story. Today I'm sharing a story I've never heard before, but it sounds like a good tale. It's called The Giant Sandwich. The Giant. Does anybody like sandwiches? I like a sandwich, and I think I quite like this giant sandwich. A story and pictures by John Verdon Lord and verses by Janet Burroway. The Giant Sandwich. And it's dedicated for Alexander and Jonathan, whoever they might be. One hot summer in Itching Down, 4 million wasps flew into town. Ooh, sounds a bit worrying. They drove the picnickers away. They chased the farmers from their hay. They stung Lord Swell on his fat bald pate. And they dived and hummed and buzzed and they ate. And the noisy, nasty nuisance grew till the villagers cried, "What can we do?" So they called a meeting in the village hall, and the Mayor Muddlenut asked them all, "What can we do?" And they said, "Good question." But nobody had a very good suggestion. Typical town hall meeting, really. Then Bap the baker leaped to his feet and cried, "What do wasps like best to eat? Strawberry jam, now wait a minute. If we made a giant sandwich, we could trap them in it." The gentleman cheered, the lady squealed, and farmer said, "Use my field." Bap gave instructions for the making of the dough. Mix flour from above and yeast from below. Salt from the seaside, water from the spout. Now thump it, bump it, bang it out. While they were working and working hard, some more made a tablecloth out in the yard. There they are working hard. And when they were done, the dough was left to rise till the loaf was a mountain in shape and in size. They hitched it up with a bit of fuss to tractors, cars and the village bus, and took it to the oven they had made on the hill. 50 cookers in a brick mill. Wow. Wow. For hours and hours they let it cook. It swelled inside till the window shook. It was piping hot when they took it out, and the villagers raised a mighty shout. "Isn't it crusty? Aren't we clever?" But the wasps were just as bad as ever. The loaf was left to cool, and then the people watched like 6 strong men took a great big saw and sliced right through. Everyone clapped, and they sliced, and they cut slice too. The village bus, they all agreed, would spoil the feeds of farmers' seed, so 8 fine horses pulled the bread to where the picnic cloth was spread. Truck drew up and dumped out butter, and they spread it out with a flap and a flutter, spoons and spades, slap and slam, and they did the same with the strawberry jam. What's your favourite jam? I quite like strawberry, actually. Meanwhile, high above the field, 6 flying machines whirred and wheeled, ready for the wasp to take the bait, and then there was nothing to do but wait. It's a very strange flying machine there. It looks like a tractor. They had to wait. Suddenly the sky was humming. All 4 million wasps were coming. They smelled the jam, they dived and struck, and they ate so much that they all got stuck. and the other slice came over, kersplat! On top of the wasps, and that was that. There were only 3 that got away, and where they are now, no one can say. But they never came back to Itching Down, which is not a waspish sort of town, but it's a very nice place to dance and play. And that's what the villagers did for the rest of that day. So the giant jam sandwich. So that's the end of story time with Captain Dan for today. I hope you enjoyed that lovely tale, as it made you as hungry as me. I could really do with a nice big sandwich right now. Would anybody make me one? There's nobody here to feed Captain Dan. It's not fair, is it? I'll have to make my own tea. Actually, somebody will make it for me. I'm quite lucky, really. There's a lovely Mrs. Captain Dan. So that's enough for today, children and adults and you little ones and bigger little ones and everyone who likes to come and listen to these tales of Captain Dan, where we lift our spirits in these times, or where we're having to stay in the house all the time. I hope you enjoyed the tale. Please keep sending in your stories, your suggestions, your shout outs to friends who might need a shout out from Captain Dan. But that's enough for today. So I bid you all a good night. And I'll do it with my usual greeting. And please do join in. Here we go. Good night. Good night. Oh, sweet repose. Don't lie on your belly, because you might squash your nose. Good night.